There we go. Hello, hello, and welcome to Redefining the Significance of You Time for You, by you, because of you. My name is Denise Drinkwalter, and I'm a midlife renewal coach supporting women worldwide to lean in and realize the importance of you. This channel aims to provide you, the viewer, with some takeaways that will help you shift, change, reevaluate, and or become more aware of what is possible. We have a variety of incredible guests that share life experiences that have helped them become the amazing human beings that they are today. And today is no exception. Every one of us has had that infamous free time where we wonder or feel guilty or embarrassed or wrong for taking out time for ourselves. Well, we are absolutely here to change that and support you to see what is possible for you when you take the time for you, by you, because of you. It is such an honor and a privilege to welcome to our show today Marlu Soria. Marlu is a seasoned life and mindset coach and beauty expert with over 15 years of transformative coaching experience. Marlu has impacted hundreds of lives through her work, and I believe she shared with me that she has spent over 10,000 hours doing this work. I'm sure it's more than that, but that is such an incredible testament, right? She specializes in empowering midlife women to embrace their inner and outer beauty. With a background as a licensed skin therapist and professional makeup artist, she brings a very unique perspective to her practice, helping clients overcome barriers and live lives filled with self expression, peace of mind, and freedom. Tune in today as Marlu shares insights with us and the power of conscious self care practices. Oh my goodness. I couldn't wait to get on with you today. I'm like, I can't wait to talk to Marlu.
Thank you so much, Denise, for this opportunity. I'm so excited to have this conversation.
Beauty inside and out.
Yeah.
What an important, not only thought, but practice. And I love that you are looking at both sides of that coin. Can you
Yes.
share even more in terms of if I were a client and I came to you and I would say, oh my gosh, I mean, I could say it right now. Oh my gosh, Marlu, look at what's happening here with my skin. We are getting the beauty of age and wrinkles, and the collagen is, struggling, all that good stuff because I'm in midlife. I'm the gray hair is real. So what types of things would you, right? Yes, sister. What types of things would you start to say to me? Like, I've got these wrinkles, Marlu. I really want to know what can I do because I know it's the changes of life, but it's a big transition for me. I don't know whether I like it. I'm hearing conflicting information on the internet. Wrinkles show all of the life experiences you've had. And yeah, that's great. And yet, so is there anything that you can start sharing with us? Because I could go in a
Yes.
million directions.
Yes. Beauty is such a rich, impactful, could be even tender conversation
Yeah.
for each person and especially women.
Mm,
And yes, we will talk about whatever it is that you want to do as it relates to your skin, your wrinkles. I can
yep.
give you the practical tools and tips and tricks to manage that so that you express or you look the way that you want to, so that you can really love that reflection that you're seeing in the mirror.
Mm, yeah.
And that's just the surface of the conversation,
Mm,
right? When we speak about beauty, most people have this preconceived notion of what beauty is or should be, and then where their gap is between where they relate to themselves as beautiful or that the beauty that they are and what is represented out in the world. right? So, one of the things that I also love to have a conversation with people is, let's get real about beauty. We know, are you aware that there is a beauty standard? And most people will say, yes. You know, you see it on social media, you see it on the influencers, you reflect it on the advertising media, you know, and now gratefully, we're able to see a little bit more diversity
Mm,
inside of all the marketing and advertisements and promotions and things like that we see, or television, mainstream media that we see represented. And there's still that misconnection sometimes on how we relate to ourselves as beautiful.
yeah.
And one of the things that I know that is really challenging is disconnecting this preconceived notion of idea of beauty and then the beauty that we are. Because I'm a stand that beauty is, or really letting women know that beauty is a mindset. Beauty is a way of being. It's not something to attain or something that we are so that we can accomplish or
Yeah.
get that partner, that new job, get that, you know, get those accolades and acknowledgments and success. I love to work with women. Like, let's discover what's the beauty that you are inside, your inner beauty. How do we cultivate and nourish and nurture that and have that be your expression? And then also have your reflection, your outward reflection, be in alignment with the beauty inside that you want to express. So, yes, we'll talk about the wrinkles, but once you determine and see what is the beauty on the inside that I want to express, do I care so much about the wrinkles anymore? But now I can
Right.
embrace and honor them. Or maybe it is that, you know what, I do want to do something about it because
Hmm.
I actually feel and I want to contribute and I want to display and express this youthful, more whatever kind of energy or expression. And
Right.
I'm just not really feeling that this is my personal expression.
Mm,
So what do I want to do about that? I mean, you spoke to this gray and
yeah.
silver. I like to call it silver. You know, it's like, let's bring some opulence to it, right?
I love that. Thank you. I am silver. Thank you.
Yes, yes. And that was, I mean, I've been on this journey for a couple of years. I would regularly dye my hair because I like to be youthful. I think that I'm a youthful energy and I want it to look a certain way. But I also didn't want to put all the chemicals into my
Yes.
body and then
Mm,
the whole chore of it all. But I also wasn't so much of like, okay, let's have all this, you know, silver shine. You know,
right.
it didn't feel like me. So
Mm,
I put a little color in here
yeah.
and I'm
I love
playing
it.
with it. I'm
Yeah.
discovering what's my expression. And this feels more like me. Like it's
Hmm.
both. I get to embrace and claim both.
Love that. Something you there's so my head is just like, oh, I have that. You've opened up so much that we can talk about. The thing that I really want to land on in this conversation is what you are saying is resonating for me, but I believe it will resonate for somebody who is watching differently because they sit in a different place.
Yeah.
And so the thing that I heard that you shared, which I think is just phenomenal, is that it depends on your inner beauty and your expression of that. So there is an inner and an outer, and the two must be, they are connected. And how do you want to make that connection come out in your vitality in everyday life? Right.
Yes. Hmm.
I love that because
Yeah.
there's no one right way. Like I'm thinking, oh gosh, she's a beauty expert. She'd be able to show me how to do blush properly because, sister, I still play with it. Right. It's like, I don't know.
Yes.
But what I'm hearing from you, that absolutely is something you do, but there's way more
Yes.
to
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yes. If you when you think about it, the beauty industry is a $580 billion global industry. And it's pretty much the same numbers, almost 600 billion for the health and wellness diet industry as well. So that tells us that so many of us have been conditioned to, and we believe that we need to work on the outside in order to feel good on the inside.
Mhm.
And
Ah.
I'm like, no, let's work that back a little bit. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm saying to be irresponsible with your health and well-being, but
Of
it means
course.
also it's like, let's take a little bit more time to work on that inner beauty. And one of the methods in which I do that is creating with my clients a conscious self-care practices,
Yeah,
which
I
is
was gonna.
more than just doing the facials, more than getting the massages. It's what's that nurturing inner self. Because I assert that most women, we're disconnected to the inner beauty that we are.
Mhm.
And if we spend a little bit of time to nurture and cultivate that inner beauty, to really discover what that authentic expression is for ourselves,
Right.
then our outward expression may totally shift in the way in which we relate to ourselves and how we see ourselves expressing in the world could definitely alter. And
Mhm.
our whole experience of life
Yeah.
is richer, more engaging, more present and willing and confident and to be active and connected and courageous, all of it.
Mm. It it sounds like a no-brainer. Like, really seriously, to make
Yeah.
it super simple, it sounds like a no-brainer, and if you are watching this, I would love to know in the comments what might be coming up for you as we're having this conversation, because I love what you are talking about. My curiosity around the conscious self-care practices, and that's why I created this show, quite frankly, because as women in particular, we do not put ourselves on the list of priority. Yes, like you say, we'll go out and do the massage once a month because that's in our benefit plan, let's say. Or, hey, I was just finishing doing another nail, appointment before we jumped on here. I mean, I that's part of who I am. And
Yes.
I know for that, if I were to quote unquote lose that, I would have to go back and take a look at why that was so important for me. I know it changes who I am, but only because who I am is super, super aware of what I bring in my energy. And when I'm not fully me, being dressed with the lipstick on, and I feel different. I don't feel the same.
Yes.
I feel better, and
Yes.
I know that. But that's me. There are other people who are
Yes.
not like that. So I love what you're saying in terms of the self-care practices, and this show, like I say, is doing things for you, by you, because of you. And
Yes.
so, yes, I do those external things, but I'm doing a lot of other work inside all the time as part of
Yes.
that journey.
Yeah.
And yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, like you were saying, self care, and all of that is a no brainer,
Yeah.
right? But so is you want more money, save
Yeah.
less. I mean, save more, spend
Yeah.
less. You want to lose weight or alter your diet or whatever that happens to be,
Yeah.
or, it's like eat less, and exercise more. Those are no brainers too, but how often do we do them?
Yeah. Right.
So, how conscious is it that we're really like that's just the way that we live now for most
Yes.
of us. And that's the same with self-care.
Yeah.
Self-care is not a reward. It
Oh,
just
thank
isn't.
you.
Yeah, it
Beautiful.
is a need. It is a
Mhm.
basic human need to
Mhm.
care for ourselves. And you even said it that women, we are conditioned to put others before ourselves. I think it's about 68%, 75%, something like that. The numbers are
Yeah,
really high. That's
they
how
are.
we're conditioned. And
Mhm.
it's not that it's a bad thing, but and why is it that we put others primarily first
Yeah.
before our own needs? How
Mhm.
do we create then to have both?
Right.
So, in the conscious self care practices that I work with women around, it's not so much, yes, schedule your massages, schedule your body work, your skincare, get your nails done if that's what makes you feel good. I don't have like, I have very sparse lashes. It makes me feel good and more
Yep.
confident to have my lashes on, to
Yeah.
do, to do my skincare. We talked about the hair already.
Yeah. Right.
And are there moments throughout your day, not just in the morning and not just in the
Mhm.
evening, although that's a great place to start, even if you just start in the morning, can you take 6 minutes for yourself? Can you take 16 seconds for yourself? If
Mhm.
you already don't have a practice, maybe before you pick up your phone, if you're in bed, if your alarm goes off and you're already scrolling, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to ease into my day. So there's a thing that I do in the morning. It's like just five little things. As soon as I'm aware that I wake up, I take a nice deep cleansing breath
Mm.
and I release it. I give thanks for my life and everything that I'm grateful for. I forgive anyone that I need to forgive or anything that I need to give. I forgive myself. I
Mhm.
ask for forgiveness, just
Mm.
please let me be the best person that I can be. Smile really big
Yeah.
because that also stimulates some really great endorphins in your body, right? And
Yeah.
it's just, and then be out there in the world and say, just be grateful. And
Mhm.
that doesn't take a whole lot of time. It
Yeah.
could take 90 seconds to do all that, maybe even less, 30 seconds. It doesn't, I don't even know. And then from that space,
Yeah.
that is a conscious self-care practice because
Mhm.
you're actually taking a moment to get connected to yourself and see once you start that practice, the kind of difference that it will make throughout your day and then every day ongoingly after that. See what that little shift in caring for yourself can do for your entire body, your entire spirit, your entire mindset, and your emotional well being. That's
Beautiful.
all of it for conscious self care practices.
I love that. That's golden, golden, golden information for people. And I love that you say, this does not have to be, I have to make an appointment. I have to go and see somebody to help me shift my mindset. Oh, I've read all the books, blah, blah.
Yep.
Marlu just gave you a slice of heaven there. There's a practice she's already witnessed in herself. Try it, play with it, see what happens. Do that for you, by you, because of you, right?
Yes.
Oh,
I know a lot of women, I mean, I hear a lot of times, I don't have any money to
oh,
go do my self care. You
yep,
don't need any money, you know? 2 minutes of meditation
yep, yep,
is great. And then build
mhm,
from there.
yeah,
Here's the thing, ladies, or whoever else is watching,
mhm,
you deserve it.
yeah,
You are worth it. You are worth those 2 minutes just to start your day.
mhm. More than worth it, totally.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. And the interesting thing, and if this helps people readjust their thinking, as women, many of us have people who are close to us, whether it's family members, whether it's, work colleagues, whomever. We are not in isolation. And so, with that idea, people are watching. So, if you start giving back to yourself, imagine the gift that happens just through osmosis,
Yeah.
because our energy, and I'm sure you know this, I know I experience it all the time. When I give back to myself, those in what I call the sphere of influence that are close to me
Yes.
benefit tenfold without me having to
Yes.
lift a finger, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in this. I actually really am. I'm loving that I get to be in midlife, a woman in midlife at this time. We know so much more about our mental well-being, our own self-care, our own psychological and emotional needs. We know so
Yes.
much, and we're taking action to
Yes.
empower those needs, right? And I love that we're that. Our mothers didn't necessarily have that, or our
Yeah.
mothers before them, and the way in which women were related to, mostly as property or less than,
Yeah.
that is absolutely shifting. There's a lot of work to be done still.
Of
And
course.
I really feel like we're the women who are laying that
Mhm.
groundwork. We're creating that foundation. We're really having that be at our personal expression, and we're doing that work. And I mean, I acknowledge it's a challenging time and it's a challenging way to be able to be aware of the conditioning and the generational and cultural inheritances that we've, been consumed by, and
Right.
all of that, and to say, you know what, there's another way, and then to
Mhm.
take those actions, because that does take absolute courage, and it takes something, and it's not it doesn't always necessarily seem easy, especially when we have a lot of this cultural conditioning or
Yeah.
generational conditioning or ways of being. One
Yeah.
of the things that I always say, Denise, is I work with midlife women, and the work that I do is for young girls, because we, like you
Bingo.
said, we're the ones who need to take this on so that we can model to our friends around us who maybe aren't don't have this kind of conversation that's next. Maybe they're just, it's not
Right.
in their culture to, oh, let me go
Yeah.
look at a YouTube show. Let me
Of
watch, listen to
course.
a podcast, read a book, or have personal development.
Yeah.
But through us taking action, they're like, oh, something else is possible. Something else
Right.
is available. And then imagine all the young girls, even if they're 20, in their 20s, who maybe don't have that modeling around them,
Mhm.
but then they can see us and they can say, oh,
Yeah.
that's what being a woman, empowered and authentic and present and grounded in who they are and the life that they
Mm.
create. That's what's
Yeah.
possible. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe there's something available for me too.
Mhm. And isn't that a beaut like you said, it's modeling. However, I do find that I don't want women to think, "Oh, no, I've got another thing I have to do. I have to go model this." You and I are
No.
not speaking in that way at all. We are saying when you start giving back to yourself and
Yes.
doing what Marlu does so beautifully, the inner and the outer beauty in combination, where the foundational piece starts with the inner work, so that
Yes.
when you have the expression of the outer beauty, it is full you, not
Yes.
from the outside in. And
Yes.
so, what a gift that we all get to journey on together because we're all, I don't know, let's try it, right? Like, we don't, there is no one way. The
Yes.
one way is to start taking action, whatever that action needs to be for you right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Play,
Yeah.
discover. Maybe my way of my self-care may not be your way,
Yep.
you know?
Totally.
And don't make it like so significant or like I have to find what that is.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to discover, allow yourself to experience different things. Maybe it's a walk in nature. Maybe it's a walk through a busy city. That's where
Yeah.
actually you get energized and you feel like the most alive. You know, maybe it's art therapy or discovering your voice through singing or
Yeah.
poetry or whatever it is that you can explore. I think that we don't always give ourselves the opportunity to explore that
Hmm.
which enriches us, that would actually
Oh,
makes us feel most alive and vibrant and, you know, have that kind of vitality and aliveness and expression that, those moments when you just felt like so juiced up with
yep.
life,
Yeah.
right?
Totally. 100%.
Explore more
And
of that.
the great thing is that when you do this for you, by you, because of you, nobody else needs to be a part of it. You don't even have to go out and tell anybody what you're doing.
Yeah.
You do this for you, by you, because of you. It does not matter. You
Yeah.
don't have to report to anyone. This is your work that you get
Yes.
to choose to do.
Yes. Mhm.
I have one question I want to ask you. Why is empowering the inner and outer beauty vital for women?
Empowering that inner and outer beauty for women is so vital because we have enough ways, we've spent enough decades, most of our life, as a matter of fact, being someone who we think we should be.
Mm,
And that's left us resigned, anxious, depressed, unfulfilled, unhappy a lot of times, always worrying. And I really am that your access to life is when you feel the most beautiful on the inside. And
mm,
then you allow that expression to come out. What is that unique expression of beauty that is that fire within that you want to share in the world and have that live? Doesn't mean, I mean, it could be in the work that you do, but it could also be in the way in which you speak with your family. It could
mhm.
also be in the way in which you do your hair
Yeah.
or the way in which you talk to yourself.
Mm,
We have a lot of ways in which we're not so loving with ourselves.
yeah.
And when you're tapped in and tuned into that inner beauty, you're not going to be like, oh, that inner beauty. I don't know if I like all that. You're not going to
Yes.
diminish it. You're going to be like,
No.
oh my gosh, I feel good. Let's create more
Yeah.
of that. And,
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, Denise, we live in a world where a lot of people just really aren't tapped in
Yeah.
to who they are and the beauty that they want to express in the world. I'm also including men in this. Men
Mm-hmm.
have an
Mm-hmm.
expression of beauty that they want to put in the world. And it's not about putting on makeup or taking care
Yeah.
of our skin. It's
Right.
about what is more of that rich, authentic, present, loving essence that we are, that we want to share more of that energy in the
Right.
world. Let's cultivate
Yeah.
and do more of that instead of,
Mm.
oh, no, wait, did you see the way that they looked at me? Oh my gosh, are they
Yeah.
judging me? Oh my gosh. Well, I have to be a certain way. I have to be really proper and have to, so that people like me, so that no one's going to judge me, so
Mm-hmm.
that I'll be loved. Well,
Yeah.
maybe love yourself first. Discover what that is. Do the work to find that love for yourself. And I promise you, the world will
Mm.
open up, your life will open up, and you'll be more tapped into what's available
Yeah.
and really enjoy life more.
Yeah. And you can't start any earlier than today.
Right?
So,
Past is already done. What are we going to
right?
do? We can't go back there.
Bingo. The only thing we can do is, oh, there's a lesson that I know I'm never going down that road again. No
Yep.
problem. Gotcha.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you
Absolutely.
so much. We could go on and on. We need to have you
I
back.
love this
That's all.
conversation. Yes, I love talking about inner beauty and taking
Oh,
care of ourselves.
yeah.
I've struggled with it. I've spent most of my life struggling with it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I started discovering that for myself, and I knew as soon as I discovered beauty as a mindset, that's
Hmm.
what I wanted to give my life for. I
Yeah.
wanted to empower women in that
Mm.
way because there's no way I'm going to have that discovery and not share it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'll be doing this work for the rest of my life. I know it. I mean, it doesn't mean that just because I saw it that I'm now forever empowered
Right.
inside of my own inner beauty. It is an
Right.
ongoing
And it,
process, even after, like you said, 15 years and over 10,000 hours of training and coaching and developing and all that kind of study and,
yeah.
making that difference for others. Nope, it's
Yeah.
ongoing.
And isn't that a beautiful thing that we get to
Mm,
bring to the table as women in
yeah,
midlife years,
yeah,
knowing that we are never stopping this journey of life, living, and learning? It's beautiful.
yes. What a
So much.
worthy
Oh,
adventure for a human life to live our
mhm.
best life possible
Yeah.
and to
Every
know
day,
ourselves. Yeah,
right?
yep,
And when it doesn't work out, great. Let's get curious about that,
yeah.
you know?
If you take yourself out, if you get taken out by it, you get triggered, okay,
Yeah.
that's okay. Be
Yeah.
gentle with yourself, forgive
Right.
yourself, and get back up. Get yourself
Right.
supported. Talk to a coach, a mentor, a
Hmm.
guide. Talk with a
Hmm.
trusted friend. Start to be,
Right.
discerning about all the energy that you're welcoming into your atmosphere, whether
Yes.
it's relationships or,
Yeah.
social media, whatever that happens to be. Be more
Right.
discerning about who you are as an access and as an opportunity to cultivate more of your inner self love
Mm.
and beauty.
How do people find you? I know I have it in the show notes, but I would love for you to share the Facebook information and people can jump as soon as they finish listening to our conversation, whether it's live or on the replay. Click that button to go in and check out the group information. Yeah, Marlu.
Thank you. Yes, that's one way to stay connected with me through the Mindful Beauty Collective, which is on Facebook, and I'm on at Marlu Soria across all social media platforms.
Okay.
You can look for me YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, so you can find me everywhere.
Beautiful. It's a good thing. I am so glad that you took the learning that moved the needle for you in so many ways, and you have taken your gifts and talents and deepened
Thank
them. And let's go wider with this work that you do. It is such beautiful work you are doing. Thank you for the opportunity
you.
to share this space. You are
Oh, thank you
wonderful.
for our time together. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm
Absolutely.
so grateful. Wishing you all empowered beauty, okay? 30 seconds a day. Start there if you don't have that.
Perfect.
Just start
Do
there.
Do it for you, by you, because of you. Make sure you check the show notes. You can find Marlu, like she mentioned, at Marlu Soria, right? So that
Yes.
she's on all of the platforms. Reach out, talk to her, find her. She is a godsend. Thank you again for being
Thank,
with us today, Marlu. And
thank,
if you have not yet subscribed, make sure that you push subscribe because you don't want to miss the empowering conversations we have every week here on redefining the significance of you, time for you, by you, because of you. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and go and start to take time for yourself and build that inner beauty.
yes.
Bye.